Hi, my name is John Budenhagen.
And I'm Adrian Gutowski. We welcome you to join us on the journey to explore the good and bad effects of strength enhancers.
Before we get started, let's debrief the information that we will be covering for the next 15 minutes.
To begin, we will provide you with information on steroids or illegal supplements that benefit in muscle building.
Then Adrian and I will go over the potential pluses and minuses of legal supplements.
To conclude, we will go over the special supplement that is our weapon of choice and hopefully one that you'll consider when thinking about adding strength enhancers to your daily workout.
Right on time!
First, John and I are going to discuss a very potential drug that surprisingly many adolescents take legally in order to enhance their performance.
There are many types of steroids, but the most popular type, and the type we will be focusing on today, are called anabolic steroids.
Anabolic steroids are synthetic analogs of testosterone. Testosterone is a male hormone that is nonetheless found in both males and females.
To clarify, testosterone can have two different effects on the body. An androgenic effect, which influences sexual characteristics, and also an anabolic effect, which affects muscle mass and strength.
Chemists have engineered anabolic steroids to differ from testosterone by increasing the anabolic effects of the drug and diminishing the androgenic aspect.
Anabolic steroids are also anti-inflammatories and have a positive effect on rehabilitation of injuries.
If we further analyze anabolic steroids, we can easily conclude that anabolic steroids produce no athletic benefits. The main components of athletic achievement are good genetics, hard training, good coaching, and proper diet. Athletes who lack these traits are simply not going to succeed in sports, and injecting chemicals will not do much and will not help them succeed.
However, it is a recurring misconception that these drugs are beneficial without working out.
Now, although steroids seem harmless after all the information that was given, they come with many dangers and can be especially dangerous for teenagers.
That is right indeed. Athletes who usually take anabolic steroids take them in large amounts without knowing the many dangerous side effects.
Alright, another common side effect is gynecomastia, which means deposits of estrogen in the area of the nipple, which causes enlarged breasts.
Gross! And don't think that women who take steroids are off the hook. A very dangerous side effect is masculinization due to the androgenic effect of the steroids we mentioned earlier.
Yes, that is true. This can include deepening of the voice, menstrual irregularities, development of facial hair, clitoral enlargement, and even the appearance of male pattern baldness.
One side effect for both genders is an increase in acne. Using anabolic steroids is particularly dangerous for teenagers due to its interfering with the normal effect of hormones in a growing body. Also, it can result in stump growth.
Steroids are indeed very dangerous, and how dangerous steroids could be is dependent on a number of factors such as in what form they are taken, what dosages are taken, for how long a period they are taken, and the age, gender, and state of health of the user. To further explain the first factor, steroids are either taken orally or by injection. Oral steroids tend to have the greatest number of side effects since when they are ingested, they have to pass through the digestive system and the liver in order to get into the bloodstream. This also results in large amounts being digested and does a significant amount of damage to the liver. Since livers try to remove substances such as anabolic steroids from the body, repeated use can result in significant liver damage.
Steroids can also be injected using water-based or oil-based chemicals. Injections tend not to harm the liver as much, for they are injected straight into the bloodstream right away, but it still has the dangerous effects of anabolic steroids.
As you can see, steroids are dangerous and should not be a choice for teenagers and adolescents in order to enhance their performance in the weight room.
The good news is that steroid use among teens has declined in the past decade. In 2005, 4% of high school seniors admitted to the use of steroids. However, only 1.8% had experimented with them in 2012. Clearly, the message is getting across that these steroids are dangerous and bad for your health.
Since steroids are out of the option for many teenagers, many have been switching to another dangerous performance enhancer called creatine. But before we talk about that, Our crew has interviewed many students of Weston High School on the topic of steroids, and there are many misconceptions about it. Take a look.
All right. How do you feel about steroids, Rich?
I think they're very bad for the body. I think they're very bad for brain. I also think they cheat yourself and cheat the way you do things, and I think that's what I think.
All right. Nice. Thank you.
Steroids are good.
Depends if you want to use them in good ways or bad ways.
You can make a lot of money.
There's steroids used in hospitals for,
Just get
the
ripped.
anabolic. I don't know. Some will help. Steroids are awesome. Use them.
Before we start talking about our next performance enhancer called Creatine, we want to show you a little message from our sponsors, Planet Fitness.
So, what do you do for a living?
I lift things up and put them down.
Excuse me?
I lift things up and put them down.
Okay, here's the strength circuit.
I lift things up and put them down.
Over here,
I lift things up and put them down.
and this is our stretching area.
I lift things up. Cool.
The next performance enhancer we will be informing you about is called creatine. Creatine is a nitrogenous organic acid that occurs naturally in vertebrates and helps to supply energy to all the cells in the body, primarily muscle.
Creatine, typically bought in flavored powders and mixed with liquid, increases the body's ability to produce energy rapidly. With more energy, you can train harder and faster, producing faster results.
To find more background information, our body uses adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, as its main source of energy while performing everyday activities such as running, lifting, swimming, and much more. Without this energy, our bodies would not be able to perform such tasks.
For example, when people lift very heavy weights, after a few reps, they tend to get tired and do fewer reps due to the fact that the amount of ATP in the body has depleted. Creatine allows the body to create more ATP, which provides the body with more energy, so instead of finishing a lift with 2 reps, people can finish their lifts with 2 or 3 extra.
That is right. This also causes people to train harder and tear down their muscles even more, which can eventually lead to muscle and strength improvement.
Due to these reasons, creatine is legal in the United States and is also approved by the FDA, but it still has very negative side effects, and overall not the best choice for athletes in order to increase their performance.
One of the major downfalls to creatine is the fact that its user will gain weight very rapidly and will absorb an enormous amount of water from its body.
To further explain this, creatine is an osmotically active substance, since it pulls water into your muscle cells and increases muscle synthesis. In fact, in the first week of supplementation, the user will experience an initial gain of 2 to 4 pounds that is all from the water the body sucked up from using creatine.
In order to further explain the effects of creatine on the body, we're going to do a little demonstration that shows how much water the body actually absorbs while on creatine. The body can be considered as a sponge while on creatine. Right now, if we were to weigh it, it weighs almost nothing. It weighs 1/4 of an ounce, as you can see. When the sponge is submerged in water, as would happen in the body when it's on creatine, and if we weigh it, weighs 1 ounce. It's quadruple its weight. As you can see, the sponge absorbed a tremendous amount of water, almost quadruple its weight, and this can exactly happen to the body as creatine will make the muscles absorb a huge amount of water. As shown from the previous demo we performed, creatine can lead to dehydration, since the user has to drink a lot more water than they originally drink, and it's very hard to maintain that as we already have to drink large amounts of water every day.
Also, if users don't take advantage of the creatine and work out in the gym while they're on it, it just results in unnecessary water weight and no increased muscle mass.
Not only that, but creatine has a very complicated dosing schedule and is very easy to overdose. Taking high doses of creatine can harm the kidneys, and also taking medications that can potentially harm the kidneys along with the creatine can also have a crippling effect on the kidneys.
Taking non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs and other medications while on creatine can severely damage the kidneys. Creatine can also cause stomach pain, diarrhea, nausea, and muscle cramping.
There is also some concern that combining creatine with caffeine and the herb ephedra might increase the chance of having serious side effects such as stroke.
To sum it up, creatine does increase muscle mass if used properly and in normal doses, but it is too risky and unsafe due to the fact that it can make you dehydrated and gain weight very easily. There are also many other side effects and the potential risk of damaging kidneys if the dose is too high.
Creatine can make the user lift 2 to 3 extra reps, but that is not enough to improve muscle mass in large amounts. Stay tuned to figure out a more natural and efficient way to reach your goal of getting stronger.
So finally, we arrive at the conclusion of our film where we introduce our favorite strength-enhancing supplement. Drum roll, please! Whey protein. Now for some info.
Whenever we eat a protein source, our body uses the 20 amino acids, which are the individual components of protein, to repair bones, muscles, organs, and virtually every body part and tissue in the human body. When a source of protein has all 9 essential amino acids, which are amino acids your body needs to get from food, that food is said to be a complete protein.
Whey protein just so happens to have the highest score possible with a biological value of 100 on the BV scale. This means that whey protein contains all the amino acids needed to make a complete protein, and is very easily digested in the body.
Some of the many benefits of whey protein are weight loss, assistance in increased muscle mass, increase in glutathione levels, which are your body's main water-based antioxidant, decrease in triglycerides, decrease in total cholesterol, and an increase in HDL, which are a form of healthier cholesterol that your body needs. Increase in immune system function, increase in athletic performance, decrease in recovery time, and decrease in symptoms of overtraining.
Gee whiz, Adrian, that's a lot of positives. Different amino acids are used for different things. For example, whey protein is high in branched-chain amino acids, BCAAs, which are 3 of the 9 essential amino acids that are of significant importance for the muscle repair and preservation. In both exercise and in recovery of exercise, your body will break down a small amount of amino acids for fuel, 1 to 5%. And the specific amino acids your body uses are the BCAAs. Although this is a small percentage overall, your body will break down muscle in order to get those BCAAs. By providing the body with a high amount of BCAAs, your body preserves your muscle, while a specific amino acid, leucine, actually stimulates protein synthesis. Very interesting. Now let's talk negatives. Oh wait, there are none.
With the occasion of bloating, headaches, cramps, and fatigue.
Whey protein is a supplement used by people that lift to build muscle mass. It's completely legal and fair in all sports, so it's very effective. There's nothing wrong with it. I think that people should be able to do what they want with their own bodies. That's their right. So I'm not entirely against steroids, but I think they should be banned in official sports.
To recap, steroids. Not so good. Illegal in the US, and many, many negative side effects. Creatine. Legal in the United States, increase in weight and dehydration. Whey protein, that's where it's at. All natural and legal. Thanks for watching.